Hey guys, I'm Anestic, and in this video I will show you the easiest way to kill Manibus Nightmare. All you have to do is switch your preset once from magazine capacity preset to damage preset. After that, summon deviation, shoot 4 times with AWS to apply bullseye debuff and get some weak spot damage boost, and focus on Manibus Nightmare weak spot, which is flower. As you can see, it was pretty easy. After that, switch back to magazine capacity preset, reload your weapons, and collect loot. After that, you can repeat the process. As you can see, it was pretty easy, but I want to remind you, this is guide for lazy people. If you want to do it optimally, you can save few seconds every time. So watch my different guide which I made like a month ago, which is still up to date. So if you want to do it optimally, you can do it in 28-29 seconds. But as you can see, you can do it in 51 seconds while being so lazy. Very lazy, yeah. So basically this is very lazy setup for lazy people. But if you want to do it optimally, you should do it different way. And I made the guide before. So watch this guide, and now I will focus on this setup, what you will have to equip. But first I will answer frequently asked question, which is how you can enter this boss fight. So you can enter this boss fight only on Endless Dreams. Manibus Nightmare is located in this location, but you can also access this boss fight from this facility. But to do it, you will have to kill 20 different Eternal Dreamers. And as you can see, I killed exactly 20, and I think we have 28 available. So you can do some easier ones like this one, which is level 45. I skipped mostly easier ones. I did only these harder ones. Okay, so now you know how you can enter this boss fight. So let's focus on my setup. First, I will show you my magazine capacity preset, which has only magazine capacity plus reload speed bonuses, like this, as you can see. And the only important part is this mod. This mod will give you 20% melee weapon and status damage for 30 seconds. All you have to do is you need to have this preset equipped when you will enter boss fight, like this. And you will have to wait like 1 or 2 seconds, and this buff will be applied. As you can see, this buff is already applied. I can switch now to my damage preset, and I can focus on Manibus Nightmare. Yeah, so this preset is mainly for magazine capacity preset, but at the same time you will get some damage boost from this mod. Yeah, so let's switch now to my damage preset. Yeah, this is my damage preset, and I'm using stability style because my frugal style wasn't that good. So, and since this weapon scales with attack, then you want to have as good caliber as possible. I mean, you have to focus on weapon damage. I mean, first stat which is on caliber. Weapon damage is very important, much more important than secondary stat. So as you can see, this one is like 49.8, which is very good. But then you will have to focus on your secondary stats too. I'm using elemental damage, but weak spot damage will be fine too for this setup. And for secondary weapon, I'm using rapid shot style. This one don't matter as much. And for my equipment, I'm using Savior set in combination with Dark Resonance set. As you can see, this set will give me shield plus damage when Deviant power is not full, which means that whenever I summon deviation, my Deviant power is not full, and then I'm getting this bonus. So it's like all the time, you know. So it's better than treacherous set, because this one will give you in addition 10% shields. Yeah, and that's why I'm using this one over treacherous set. And saver set will give you shields and damage. And for your unique piece, you will want to use Snowdrift Top. It's like a essential piece. Without this piece, you will be dealing almost no damage, because most of the time you will don't have enough deviant particles to enter charging state, and because of it you will don't shoot with ice spikes. So yeah, so let's go now over accessories which I'm using. I'm using something what boosts my range and accuracy, because I'm getting a lot of stability from my calibre, and this is what I'm using. And when it comes to my secondary weapon, nothing special. Some range, accuracy, and some reload speed. And when it comes to my skins, I'm using at least 4 rabbit skins, which will proc this buff, which will give me 20% weak spot damage while in mid-air. So basically when I'm jumping, I'm getting weak spot damage. As you can see, now I have 75 weak spot damage. When I jump, I have 95. So basically 4 rabbit skins plus something. And I'm using, I think, Western Wolf skin, which gives me some stamina. And for my mask skin, I'm using Lunar Rabbit for 10% elemental damage when my HP is low. And when it comes to mods, this is what I'm using. I'm using Cryo Catalyst for my weapon, Frost Vortex Suffix, but if you have good Cryo Blast, this one will be better, because this one can scale up to 20% Frost Vortex damage, while this one gives you only 15. So this one will be better, but since this one, for me this one is only level 15, then I'm using this one. But when I will get this one to shiny level, then I will swap to Cryo Blast. But for now I'm using Catalyst, and yeah, so basically use best mod which you have with highest level, but I'm recommending Cryo Blast. Okay, so this is my weapon, and when it comes to my secondary weapon, I'm using Vulnerability Amplifier, the Bullseye suffix. It gives extra the bullseye duration. This is like important part. Nothing special, nothing extra. Okay, when it comes to my helmet mod, I'm using old mod, which gives me a lot of status and elemental damage, because it's like deviation expert lunar. But if you don't have old mods, you should be using deviation expert with lunar deviant energy, this one. And lastly, if you don't have this one, you could be using also this one, which gives you similar amount of damage when you have shields. And with my setup, you will have always shields. And lastly, if you don't have any seasonal mods, then you will want to use the deviation expert deviant energy. And good thing about using this mod is that you will get a lot of magazine capacity if you don't have seasonal mods. And because of it, you don't even have to switch to your magazine capacity preset. Maybe your damage will be a bit lower, but it will be even easier, because you don't have to switch to your magazine capacity preset to reload your weapon, because when you will be using deviation expert mod with the deviant energy, or any mod with deviant energy suffix, then you will get basically tons of additional magazine capacity. Okay, for my mask mod, I'm using Frost Construct, Frost Vortex suffix. This one is the best one, there is no better option. As you can see, I don't even own the normal deviant energy. But if you don't have this Frost Vortex suffix, you can get from Manibus Nightmare or high risk events. And also you can get these mods easily from mod shop. All you have to do is spend some mod dust and buy this keyword. Yeah, this one is not keyword. Yeah, this keyword suffix chests, and from this crate you can get keyword mods, including these mods which I did show you. Okay, so that was my mask mod, and for my top slot I'm using this mod, rejuvenating lunar. But if you don't have old one, I mean classic mod, then you can use any mod. I mean it don't have to be rejuvenating, but let's say you will want to use probably lunar deviant energy, so it's like the same case like with helmets. So if you don't have classic mods, then you will want to use either lunar deviant energy or phantasmal deviant energy. What is this mod? Phantasmal. Yeah, phantasmal deviant energy. So this one will give you status damage and elemental damage after switching weapons, and since you always switch weapons after debuffing enemy with bullseye, then this mod will be very good. But yeah, so if you don't have seasonal mods, then only option will be deviant energy. And again it will give you magazine capacity, which isn't that bad, like I said. And let's go to my pants mod. Okay, for my pants mod I'm using distance strike with resonance suffix, and this mod gives you basically a lot of weak spot damage and elemental damage, plus a lot of weak spot damage when enemy isn't that close. So basically when you are shooting Manibus is in around 40 meters away, so basically you get all the time 40% weak spot damage from mod effect, and in addition you get 8 elemental damage, you will get 12 weak spot damage and 7.5 damage against bosses, elites and normal enemies. And if you don't know how to get resonance mods, the easiest way will be again mod shop, and all you have to do is you have to buy resonance suffix mod crate, and this one can give you any resonance mods. And in addition, to boost your chance, if you still don't have mod which you need, like resonance or keyword mod, you can also select these mods from mod selection crate, and you can buy 10 every week, and one costs 6,000. So I recommend to level up your mods with your mod dust, and easiest way and fastest way to get a lot of mod dust will be doing giant. And if you don't have like good giant setup, you can also watch my guide, which is still up to date. I made it like I don't know, 1 month ago, but it's still up to date. Okay, so, and for gloves I'm using weak spot damage boost, since it gives more damage than elemental damage, because this one gives you 25 and elemental overload will give you 18. So it means that you basically get more value from this mod. And I'm using resonance suffix again, best mod and best suffix for this boss fight, especially for lazy people which don't like to switch presets, because if you will be doing some different things, like if you will want to include some melee weapons in your rotation, then this isn't the best option. I'm focusing now on elemental and weak spot damage just because I'm not using melee weapons. So it's like optimal setup for this playstyle. But if you want to include melee weapons, then I don't recommend using normal resonance mods, because these mods aren't the best in different situations. So that's why, like I said before, if you are not that lazy, maybe have a look on my main guide, and you will see what you should be using instead of these mods. Okay, and for my shoes I'm using Rush Hour Talons, and this is like again classic mod, but you can use also, you have few good options in new mod system. You can either use Downstar Deviant Energy, and if you don't have this one, next best option will be Phantasmal, where is Phantasmal? Phantasmal Deviant Energy, yeah, this one. So next best option will be Phantasmal Deviant Energy. And if you don't even have this one, then again, Deviant Energy is your only option. And yeah, this one. No, not this one, this one is Dumpster. Sorry, yeah, this one. So basically, you will want to use always Deviant Energy suffix whenever you don't have seasonal mods. But on all slots, seasonal mods or resonance mods are always better. So yeah. Okay, so let me show you now my cradles. And this is my set for this fight. So yeah, some additional sniper damage, status damage, shields, you know, damage when shielded, some deviant power back, some extra deviant power back, extra elemental damage, extra damage against enemies with bullseye, I mean extra weak spot damage against enemies with bullseye debuff, and some frost damage. And that's all my cradles. And when it comes to my deviation, I will show you what kind of deviation I'm using. So this is my deviation which I'm using. I'm using Voodoo Doll with Fluffy Cards, Hooks, Cards, Psychic Kid, and Moonlight Assault. And my food buffs are Mushroom Soup. Can't even see. Mushroom Soup. Whimsical Drink. Hot Dog. This one, yeah. Hot Dog and Layered Galaxy. Yeah, so this is my food buff setup. And I think guys, that's it. That's it, guys. So if I helped, leave a like, subscribe, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you, guys.